Here is obviously Yordan in the middle. We have Astros GM James Click to your left, and on the right is Genloy Herrera. He's our translator. So we'll start with some questions. This is being streamed. Excuse me. We'll start with a statement from James Click. This is being streamed live. So just so you know, go ahead, James.
Thank you, Gene. On behalf of Jim Crane and all of us here at the Astros, I'm excited to announce our agreement with Yordan Alvarez on a contract extension. Yordan is one of the most complete hitters in the game of baseball. His combination of plate discipline, approach, power to all fields, and the ability to hit any pitch that is thrown to him make him an elite hitter at the plate. Early in his career, many talked about him as a designated hitter, but through his hard work and dedication, he has turned himself into a quality player in left field. Combined with his hitting, this makes him quite simply one of the best players in the game right now. For an example, he currently leads our team in average on base, slugging, home run, RBIs, triples, and in an homage to Bull Durham, balls that travel so far, they need a stewardess. Beyond what he does on the field, Yordan is an incredible person and a great teammate. He's a true representative of what we look for in players who wear the Astros uniform. I want to thank his agents at MVP Sports, Dan Lozano, and Yordan and his family, and we're looking forward to seeing him in an Astros uniform for years to come.
Okay, thank you, James. I'd like to acknowledge Dana Lozano, his agent, is here in the front row. Also, several of his friends and teammates are here showing their support, so welcome to you guys as well.
No questions from the teammates.
All right, at this time, I'd like to open it up to questions. And we have a microphone here. Just wait till the mic gets there. Go ahead, Chandler.
For both James and Yordan, can you guys kind of take us through the timeline of when this all started to come together and how quickly this sort of all came together? And Yordan, why was the time now for you to do this?
Para James, para ti, si puede hablar sobre el tiempo que tomó para conseguir este contrato y para ti, ¿por qué decidiste el team?
Creo que el tiempo fue el adecuado. Creo que no hay mucho de qué hablar sobre el tiempo. Creo que lo más importante de todo eso es que pudimos llegar a un acuerdo y las dos partes estuvimos de acuerdo.
Yeah, I think the biggest part is the timing was right, and greatest thing is that we were able to come to an agreement.
As far as the timeline goes, this is a conversation that we've been having for quite a while. Sometimes it would pick up, sometimes it would slow down a little bit, but certainly over the past week or so, it became clear that both sides were motivated to get something done, and fortunately we were able to come to an agreement that we're all excited about.
Okay, Christy, right there.
Yordan, what does it mean to you to sign a contract like this and know you're going to be here for a long time, and also have this kind of money to be able to take care of your family for a really long time to come?
¿Qué significa para ti poder firmar un contrato así como este, saber que tú vas a estar aquí por mucho tiempo y también por la cantidad de dinero que sabes que vas a poder cuidar tu familia por mucho tiempo?
Significa mucho. Creo que ha sido el esfuerzo que uno ha empeñado durante muchos años, ¿no? Y creo que significa mucho. Y primeramente darle las gracias al dueño Jim Crane y a nuestro gerente que está aquí al lado mío por la oportunidad, ¿no? Por brindarme la oportunidad de estar aquí por los próximos 6 años, y creo que nada, súper contento por eso.
Yeah, first want to give thanks to Jim and for James giving me the opportunity to be here the next 6 years. But yeah, it just means a lot for me specifically. So it's just a lot of hard work that's gone into this. So seeing the fruits of the labor definitely means a lot.
Okay, Brian McTaggart, right.
You've seen some of your teammates the last couple of years hit free agency and not be able to re-sign with the team, and it becomes sort of a big issue. You're a long way from free agency, but was it hard to know that you won't get that shot, maybe as soon as you wanted, or I mean, you could, if you hit free agency in a few years, it could be a big thing. Just how do you weigh all that and just versus the security you're getting now with this deal?
En el pasado viste varios de tus compañeros irse en agencia libre y ver la diferencia que han hecho eso. ¿Significa mucho para ti tal vez no tener esa oportunidad de ser agente libre por ahora o tal vez en el futuro?
Creo que es una decisión del pelotero. Eso es una decisión que toma el pelotero. Cada cual toma el riesgo que quiere, salir a la agencia libre, ¿no? Creo que lo tenía en mente, pero obviamente se me dio la oportunidad de recibir la extensión adelante y lo pensé bien, lo hablé mucho con mi agente y creo que tomé la decisión de hacerlo.
Yeah, obviously the player going in free agency is a decision that they can make. For me, that was something that I thought about a little bit, but obviously the extension came up, and talked about it with my agent. We thought it was the right decision to be here.
Okay, Mark?
Come on.
Okay. Yordan, what does it mean to you to see all your teammates here at the news conference watching?
¿Qué significa para ti ver todos tus compañeros allá atrás viendo la conferencia?
No, súper contento. Creo que no me lo esperaba. Creo que si algo es lo que me está pasando hoy en día en mi carrera, creo que parte de eso es de ellos que están ahí, que desde el primer día que llegué a este equipo, wow, sentí como que había jugado Grandes Ligas antes de momento por la confianza que me brindaron y creo que tengo mucho que agradecerle a cada uno de ellos.
Yeah, I feel very happy. This wasn't something I was expecting to see all of them there, but also really grateful from day one. From the day I was called up, they gave me the opportunity and trusted in me. It felt like I was in the majors for a while because of the trust they put in me. But yeah, super grateful.
Okay, Jesus, then back to Chandler.
Jordan, mucha gente no aprecia los sacrificios que hacen ustedes como cubanos de llegar aquí y de tener estos sueños y de lograr estos sueños. Cuando ves a Yuli y a Ledmis allí y todos los sacrificios, ¿qué piensas? ¿Y qué fue la primera cosa que le dijiste a tus padres cuando firmaste este contrato? A lot of people don't appreciate the sacrifices that Cubans make to come to this country. And what does it mean to you to see a Ledmis and Yuli down there? And what was the first thing you told your dad when you signed this contract?
Mira, por más que te lo explique aquí, muchas personas no van a entender de verdad el proceso que pasa un cubano para estar aquí. No tanto un cubano, creo que puedo decir un latino. Pero sí, ya que mencionaste los cubanos, creo que tomamos bastante riesgo en estar aquí. Y como te dije, llegué a este equipo y tenía figuras como Yuli, Díaz, que son especialmente cubanos, ¿no? Creo que, ¿sabes? Ha sido una gran inspiración y creo que parte de eso, como dije ahorita, ha sido de los frutos que estoy disfrutando hoy.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't understand a lot of the struggle that Cuban players, specifically, also Hispanic players, come here. A lot of the risks that we take just to get to the United States to be able to play baseball. But since, like I said, from the day that I arrived here in the Astros, I was lucky enough to have guys like Yuli and Ledmis that there were guys that I can look up to. Also, players that were Cuban also went through some of the things that I went through.
Okay, Chandler, then Sarge.
For Yordan and James, I'd like your thoughts too. Yordan, how much pride do you take in being more than just a DH? And what do you think this contract signifies about the Astros' belief in you as an all-around player?
¿Cuánto orgullo tomas más de ser más que un bateador designado y qué significa este contrato para ti?
Sí, a veces veo muchos comentarios de personas como que solamente puedo usar el bate designado, pero creo que últimamente he demostrado que puedo estar en el campo también. Creo que eso es parte que me hace sentir a mí un poco orgulloso, ¿no? Y creo que eso no son comentarios que los tomo a mi favor.
Yeah, I think a lot of people sometimes just think that I'm only a good hitter, only be able to use the bat, but I think as of late I've shown that I can play the field as well. But those are kind of like just comments that I take and take the positives from those.
Okay, Sarge.
How much did playing in front of these fans factor into you signing the extension?
¿Cuánto, como la emoción de jugar al frente de estos fanáticos, tomó en tu decisión para firmar aquí?
Oye, nunca he jugado en otro equipo en las Grandes Ligas, pero creo que puedo decirte que hay poca fanaticada como la de aquí. Creo que eso es una de las cosas por las cuales este equipo juega tan bien, ¿no? Por el apoyo que reciben, a pesar de cuando jugamos fuera, obviamente no recibimos ese apoyo por otras razones, pero nada, creo que en parte sí influyó mucho el apoyo que he recibido aquí de la fanaticada.
Yeah, I obviously haven't played for any other major league organizations, but yeah, the fans has to be one of the reasons why I decided to stay here. There aren't many fan bases like the one here, and I think it's also part of the reason why we play so well, especially at home. Obviously, we don't get that kind of support on the road, but yeah, the fan base, one of the reasons why I decided to stay.
Okay, Kim, and then Mark.
Yordan, can you talk about just how much it's meant for you to get to where you're healthy, and then how much more you think you can grow in your game, because you're still young in your career?
¿Puedes hablar un poco de lo que tomó para ti para mantenerte saludable y qué más tú crees que puedes mejorar en el juego?
Bueno, en el juego siempre hay cosas que mejorar. Siempre creo que esto es un juego de ajuste. Creo que todos los días tienes que ajustar lo que estás haciendo si quieres seguir, tú sabes, manteniendo los resultados. Y nada, creo que tomó mucha dedicación, mucho esfuerzo y mucho llanto, muchas lágrimas, como decimos nosotros, recuperarme mi cuerpo, ponerlo como está, ¿no? Sentirme así también. Creo que tomó bastante tiempo después de las 2 operaciones que tuve en la rodilla.
Yeah, in terms of getting better in the game, I think there's always something to get better at. Obviously, this is a game of adjustments, so we're always making adjustments just to continue to get progressively better. In terms of the injury, I think it did take a lot of blood, sweat, and tears for me to be able to get my body where it is right now, especially after 2 surgeries. But yeah.
Okay, Mark, and then Adam.
James, you touched on it early, but to get a player of this magnitude under contract for 6 years, how big a deal is this for the organization?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, just how good Yordan currently is at the game of baseball. To be able to have a player like that on our team for the foreseeable future, it's a cornerstone player. It allows us to build a roster around him, build a lineup around him, and that sort of security both for him and for us as we continue to try to compete for World Series championships is huge, knowing that we're going to have a player of that caliber anchoring our lineup for the foreseeable future.
Okay, Adam.
James, where have you seen Yordan grow the most in the outfield, and do you feel like he can play out there 80, 100 times a season?
Well, I think first and foremost, he brings his raw athleticism to the outfield. He's a big man, but he is also, I think, faster than he gets credit for, and he has ability to chase balls down in the gaps, and I think that's the main thing that I've seen from him out there. As to how much he can play out there in the outfield, we're not putting any limits on that. It's, as I said, a testament to his work ethic, his dedication, and his character that he has worked himself into shape to be able to play out there as much as he has. And if he continues with that, I don't see any reason why he couldn't continue to expand his role in this team.
Okay, next question. Anybody? Okay, Jesus.
Jordan, mencionaste lágrimas y llantos cuando te preguntaron de tus rodillas. Cuando tuviste esas 2 cirugías, ¿pensaste que tu carrera estaba en peligro? ¿Y cómo te sientes de estar aquí comparado a todo lo que hiciste para llegar aquí? You mentioned tears when you had those surgeries. How much did you have to sacrifice to get here? Did you doubt that you'd get to this moment?
Sí lo pensé de momento, pero ¿sabes? Son cosas negativas que pasan por la cabeza cuando estás en una situación así. Lo pensé, creo que antes de tomar la decisión, no sé cuántas veces le pregunté al doctor de qué probabilidades habían de que no volviera a sufrir de ese dolor, ¿no? Creo que él me dijo que me aseguraba que por lo menos un 90%, 95% iba a estar bien. Yo le dije, yo creo que con eso yo estoy bien, porque estoy... ¿sabes? Sabía lo que estaba sintiendo y al sentir un 90% bien de lo que él me estaba diciendo, creo que me sentía bien. Nada, luego que recibí la operación, me tocó esperar y recuperarme, y creo que ese año pude ver los muchachos llegar a los playoffs. Nada, me tocó verlo desde la casa, pero con la gracia de Dios, el año siguiente me recuperé y estamos aquí.
Yeah, there were a lot of negative thoughts that went through my mind at the moment, especially when I got injured. But after, when I went to speak to the doctor before I got the surgery, I asked him what the possibility of me not feeling pain in my knees were. And he assured me that there was a 95% chance that I wouldn't feel pain again. And then that's when I decided to go ahead with the surgery. And then after that, I was kind of just waiting. Thankfully, I was able to see my teammates go on to the playoffs and play ahead, but just had to wait and then just come back next year and feel super grateful.
Okay, any further questions? All right, thank you. Yordan, once again, congratulations. We're going to take some photos. If you guys could stay up here. Danny, come on up.